I'm Stephanie,
I'm Meredith.
and welcome to This Is My Circus.
Hey, Steph.
Hey,
Hey, I'm telling you, I just can't stop looking at your hair.
thank you.
What made you decide to do this?
Well, so,
Let's describe it to the people.
okay.
I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's part like the top is pulled back and then the rest is left down, but the top is pulled back almost in like little layers of bubble and are there braids in there too?
Mm-mm.
It is oh, what is that called? Do you know?
I have no clue. I just saw a tutorial and I wanted to see if it worked.
I am in, and then the back,
Uh-huh.
is the back just like
Well,
the,
I like kind of like threw it in like two of the like little buns.
oh, okay.
And then it's just
Because
kind of
it looks like, yeah, it looks like three little,
bubbles.
uh-huh. I'm just like, huh. You need to put it to the camera so that people can see. Okay. And then bend down the front. So cute. I recommend this a lot. This is like a good beach hairdo.
That's actually what the tutorial is like your
Okay.
next speech do.
Okay.
But I would still have to put all this up because then my hair would just be blowing everywhere.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
But
even if you just pulled that back in another bun
yeah.
or even in a ponytail,
hmm
but like that, I'm going to the beach next week. I can't wait.
Do not get pulled into the cult.
I'm not.
Okay.
But so actually, when this drops, we'll be there. So if you don't hear from me,
Send in
yeah,
reinforcements. I'll come
come get me.
you're gonna have to like give me your life 360
I totally,
access.
totally. Well, you should always have somebody that has that anyway. Like Jackson has it, but would
Yeah.
he even care?
Well,
But yeah,
hopefully, but
I mean, he would
he'll be
care,
with you though,
but
won't he?
yeah,
So that doesn't help.
no. I have these ideas that just really, when they're laid out, don't really work well together.
Yeah.
All the things don't vibe. So anyway,
It's all good.
so yeah, no Colts next week.
Yeah.
No Colts next week.
Yeah.
So anyway, what you been doing?
Really nothing. Just like trying to catch up on some stuff and
Staying busy with that work stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Doing nothing really.
Okay.
I'm doing stuff, but constantly doing things, but
Right.
doing nothing, if
I
that
get
makes
you.
sense.
I get you. I totally get you.
Yeah.
I've been dog sitting, not like staying at the house, but going over several times a day. And it's two little Yorkies, and
Oh.
they're so cute, and they like run and like tumble in this little tiny ball of fur. I'm loving it, but I almost said their master comes home today. Their owner comes home today, so I'm done with that after. I'll go one more time. I think their flight comes in later. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, that was funny.
They're, like I said, they're cute little ball. Like they'll get excited and they'll run and then just like tumble
Tumble.
up together. Yeah, they're adorbs.
Like little ferrets, you know. Like,
Yes, yes. I laughed listening to our episode today.
oh my gosh. I like when I was editing it, I laughed so hard. And if people could see the full videos of us recording,
I'm sure because we both make some faces,
it
don't we?
is ridiculous. I, oh gosh.
Well, I had somebody ask me yesterday, they were like, how many days do y'all record? And I was like, we record once, and Stephanie does her voodoo, and she does the stuff there. She's like, oh, it's just like clips from that. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Except for this week, we're doubling up this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, it's just one time, and she just does all that.
It's super easy on the software, so it's not anything time consuming. But watching the whole thing like straight through, because
Mhm.
while I'm editing, I gotta chop it up and stuff. And it is hysterical. Like we are so expressive, and I think if the people saw the whole thing, they would be like crying, laughing.
Almost like a blooper reel that's not even bloopers.
But it's the entire
it's their this is how we really are.
and like this is like with no substances. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
all
I did
natural.
need a Diet Coke today.
Well.
It was a Diet Coke day. But yeah, nothing, no mind altering substances.
Well, when we finished recording last week, I had told you that our friend Jamie had
Yeah.
texted me and was like, "Girl,
Yeah.
do you sound like you're
ADD
you
or
need
something.
ADD meds? Do you need some of mine?" And I'm like, "This is me on ADD meds. Like, can you imagine me not on?"
That's funny. I got my medicine upped this week for, I really don't even know specifically what it's for. It's so I don't kill people.
Oh, well, that's a plus.
Because so the doctor's always like, well, do you ever want to harm yourself? And I'm like, no, I want to kill everybody else. You might have to take all that out. But
Just in case there's ever.
right, just in case Oh God, now you have blackmail on me.
I would never. I'd help you hide the body.
You would, for
I am
real,
the person to
for
call.
real. Do you remember those texts that went around several years ago where it was like, you text your friends and you're like, if anybody asks where you were at 8 o'clock last night, we were together,
Yeah.
or something like that? Does anybody ever pull that on you?
No, but I would be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And like I would just like stop there.
So our friend,
Relations have-
right? So Jazz did that
Uh-huh.
to several people, and my response was like, "Okay, I got you," or something basic. And then one of our other friends was like, "Okay, we went here and here and here, and we did this, and you ate that." Like, had the plan. I was like, "That's the one
Yeah.
right there. That's the one
Yeah.
that I am calling."
So one of my good friends is a police officer in Charlotte,
Mhm.
and we had taken the boys a couple of years ago. Well, they were much younger, probably like 10, to go like gem mining in this creek somewhere,
Oh
like
yeah,
an hour away.
yeah.
And there was a restricted area, and so you're supposed to stay in this length of the creek. This length
Hmm.
was blocked off. Well, us rule followers were like, well, the good stuff's probably up there.
Right.
So we, kind of like maneuvering
Hmm.
our way over, and Brennan, Dylan's friend back then, her son was like, we can't, that seems restricted. We can't go back there. And we're all like, come on, Brennan, just like
Right.
chill. Like, and she's like, whose kid are you? Meanwhile, she's a police
As a
officer.
police officer, right? So
And
that's what
she's
really
like, you are
does.
not who I'm taking for any kind of crime.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, well, you got your girl right here.
Right. You're the one. I'll keep that in my memory bank for
I know nothing.
yeah.
With my memory, I will probably forget it anyway.
So, I already forgot the book we read.
Oh,
So, I mean, I know the name of it.
yeah. So, well, when I read the little blurb, you'll probably.
Oh, I remember the blurb. I reread the blurb today, and okay, let's read it. Lord, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So it was called "Long After We Were Gone"
Uh-huh.
by Tereh Shelton Harris.
Right.
And you've got the blurb.
I do. Can't ever know for sure what happens behind closed doors. An explosive and emotional story of four siblings, each fighting their own personal battle, who return home in the wake of their father's death in order to save their family's home from being sold out from under them. From the author of One Summer in Savannah. Don't let the white man take the house. These are the last words King Solomon says to his son before he dies. Now, all four Solomon siblings must return to North Carolina to save the kingdom, their ancestral home of 200 acres of land, from a development company who has their sights set on turning the valuable waterfront property into a luxury resort. While fighting to save the kingdom, the siblings must save themselves from the secrets they've been holding on to. Junior, the oldest son and married to his wife for 11 years, is secretly in love with another man. Second son, Mance, can't control his temper, which has landed him in prison more than once. Cece, the oldest daughter and lawyer in New York City, has embezzled thousands of dollars from her firm's clients. Youngest daughter, Toki, wonders why she doesn't seem to fit into the family, which has left an aching hole in her heart that she tries to fill in harmful ways. Told in alternating viewpoints, Long After We Are Gone is a searing portrait of the power of family and letting go of things that no longer serve you, exploring the burden of familiar expectations, the detriment of miscommunication, and the lessons and legacies we pass on to our children.
Okay. I will say my problem with this book was the narrator.
Okay.
I did not like his voice,
Yeah, I'm with you.
and I could not get past that. So I listened to it begrudgingly. I think like reading that sounds truly incredible and amazing. But listening to it, I think I'd need to read
Read it.
and
Yeah.
I should have done that, but I did not. So here we are.
There are certain books, again, and I think we've both said this in the past, that if I actually sat down and read it,
Hmm.
I would have enjoyed it more, I think,
Hmm.
or would have, followed along better or
Hmm.
whatever. This gave me like 1980s Dynasty vibes.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Yep.
As I was listening to it,
Yep.
I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Soap opera, family drama.
yeah,
Yeah, totally.
whose drama's bigger? It was something always one-upping the next
Yep.
situation.
Yeah.
So I totally got a Dynasty vibe.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that.
I think the dynamic of the siblings was like pretty spot on because I don't know about you and your sister, but I can talk as much trash as I want about my family.
Oh,
But
heck
let
yeah.
somebody else say a word
Yeah.
and it's going down.
Right.
So I think they all definitely have each other's backs, but
Yep.
there's always been a divide between them.
Yes. Well, because they are so different.
Well, and I think that the dad growing up also had a part of that,
Yep. The way that they.
unintentionally pinning them against each other
Hmm.
for attention or for,
Unintentionally.
well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I totally get you. Just kind of
When
right.
it hits the fan, they were all there for each other and
Absolutely.
they were like, we'll get through this together.
Yep.
Let's figure it out.
Yep.
So I did like that part of it.
Hmm. You know, that seems to be a common theme for siblings. I can, you know, crush your soul with my words. But
I will,
don't let anybody else do it to you.
I will crush your soul and your skull if
Yeah.
you say anything.
Forgot you were the boxer in the group.
So that part I thought was like pretty spot on for me relating to the book, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that the preserving of the land is more out of tradition and loyalty for the dad wanting to save it? Because I think like our generation doesn't have that
Yeah.
will to,
Yeah. I think probably more out of tradition and loyalty.
yeah,
I will say, you know, we live in a very, and I hate this word, but I'm going to do my best to say it, rural
yeah.
area. And there's a lot of land. There used to be a ton, but there's still some pieces of land for sale. Well, Brian gets very frustrated. Like, why are they selling all this land? What, I mean,
What are you gonna do with it?
what are you going to do with it? And his thing is, well, I would just like to have the land. Okay, well, you buy it. Well, not really, because that's me too. But I mean, not everybody, and we're not in a position to go buy 200 acres of land.
Right.
And I think that if I was willed right now 200 acres or whatever, I wouldn't know what to do with it, how to maintain it, how to take care of it. So I would probably sell it.
Yeah.
So I think that theirs was yes.
And
Took
depending
about
on like what you're doing on the land, like is it farming,
right.
whatever, but like the property taxes
Oh
would
yeah.
be insane
Yeah. Yeah.
on 200 acres.
Yeah.
I would think. I don't really know because I don't really know. But I mean, I would
Well, we
assume.
just got our house taxes in, so that was enough.
Yeah. But like, could you imagine?
No.
So I have you ever watched the show Yellowstone?
Yes.
So this kind of gave me those kind of vibes
Yes.
where they were trying to save the land.
Hmm. How have we never talked about
I
Yellowstone
don't know, but
before?
I flippin' love
I
that
do
show.
too.
It's
I do
like,
too. Is there another season coming out?
well, so they didn't finish season 5.
Okay.
They stopped mid-season taping because the director, I guess, had other TV shows he was working on, and
What?
so then Kevin Costner,
Uh-huh.
who is the dad,
Hmm.
had put a bunch of his projects on hold and then
Hmm.
tried to make it work around the other schedule. Yeah, he's not coming back. He just announced he's not coming back to the show now. And I'm
What?
like, no, they're gonna have to kill him off.
Well, spoilers. I thought he was dead a few seasons ago with the gun
I
thing on the side of the
know.
road.
So
Um,
amazing
what
show.
have we not
Like,
talked about
I don't
this?
know,
Oh
but like,
gosh.
you know what? Give me like, good grief. It is. It's like Sons of Anarchy, but on a ranch.
I love Sons of Anarchy
Same. And
too.
this is why we like the same show.
It must be because we're both just twisted enough.
Yes. But
Sons
did it not give you like that feel?
totally, totally with not as much. Hmm. I was gonna say not as much illegal stuff.
Well, I think less assaults, like essays
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
versus, I mean, there's a lot of fighting and killing and
Oh
whatnot, but
yeah,
like it's not as,
in your face
yeah.
or yeah. I can't. I'll think of the word in a minute.
There is some like
Oh yeah.
intimate scenes, but it's not anything like
No.
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh my gosh, Sons of Anarchy is so good. Did you watch Mayans after that?
I tried to, I couldn't
Same.
get into
I
it.
couldn't either. Now how about with Yellowstone? Did you watch 1812 or what was the other one?
Mm-mm.
So 1812, I think was the first one that came out. It was so good. I
Was it?
liked it better than Yellowstone. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Because Yellowstone gets a little political with like the land and the mayors and the whatevers. This one didn't have that. I get lost a lot of times in that.
Mhm.
Very good.
So I had up until when my sister was here,
Yeah.
I had just seen clips of it on like Facebook and whatnot.
Okay.
And so we binge watched like
Oh yeah.
2.5 seasons while she was here.
Totally.
And then I finished it after she left, and she just finished, I think, season 3.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
But amazing.
Yeah.
I want Beth as a friend. Like I want to be friends with her so bad.
She's pretty
She,
special. Yes, I love Beth.
yes,
I love them all.
yeah, I like want to be her friend.
Oh yeah.
I think
She's
she's
the one who I would call.
yeah, 100%.
And you like Sons of Anarchy too? That's so good.
So good.
I met Chibs.
When?
So Brian has a motorcycle. He's a motorcycle rider. I know.
What?
He's had it forever.
I've
Well,
known this.
I don't know. So he's always ridden. And he bought it, and then I found out I was pregnant with Jackson like the next week. So I never got to ride on it with him. So yeah, he's got a bike.
Is it
And
like what, like a speed bike or is it like a
no,
Harley?
it's not a Harley, but it's that
Like style.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a cruiser, I
Yeah.
guess is what. And his dad has a trike. Yeah. But anyways, they have these shows in Charlotte where they have like motorcycle parts and everything for sale. Not It's like a trade show, I guess. And they would always have one year they had Bobby, and the year I went, they had Chibs there as just like a special guest to draw. And I have his autograph. I got a hug. Yeah,
That's
I
amazing.
know.
Have you ever met any other celebrities?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I have. So I used to be in the medical field,
Okay.
and our practice was the practice for the Panthers.
Hmm.
So I met a lot of them. I helped take care of a lot of them. And Julius Peppers was really cool. He was very shy.
Really?
Yes. And I actually saw, so gosh, it's probably been 20 years. So I met him about 20 years ago.
Hmm.
And he came in the office and like he came in so for those that don't know, he's a celebrity from North Carolina. He played basketball and football in college and then went on to play football for the Panthers and Green Bay and I think somebody else, I can't remember. But he was a huge, huge celebrity, local celebrity. He still lives in this area.
Hmm.
So it was in the height of his career when I met him, and he came in the back of the office and he brought somebody with him that ended up being a trainer. But Julius Peppers is huge,
Hmm.
like fill up a doorway,
Yeah.
huge. And this guy he brought with him was like 5'5", like a buck 20. I was like, you know I'm gonna talk. Like I'm not gonna just I was never inappropriate, but I was like, is that your bodyguard? Like and he was started laughing. So I worked with him a few times when he came into the office and then we saw him at a basketball tournament where I guess he's got kids that play and he was there. And I was like, Jackson, look. I was like, do you know who that is? And we had some other kids that we were kind of responsible for that day. And I was like, I'm gonna go talk to him. And Brian was like, oh my God. And I was like, here I go. Do, do, do. So I was like, and I always try to be respectful. Hey, Mr. Peppers, I met you when you went to this facility. And he was like, oh, yeah. And he said the doctor's name and he was like, I remember that.
Hmm.
And I got a picture of him with the boys.
Aw.
And then actually some of the other boys were like, oh, we want a picture too. So I went back. I was like, I'm sorry. Can I get you for one more picture? And it was kind of still COVID times, like the end of COVID where some people were masking
Yeah.
and he even like took his mask off for the picture and took a picture with them. So love
Sweet.
him. But yeah, I met like Chris Winkie used to play for the Panthers way back when. And so several of the Panthers players I got to meet.
Uh-huh.
And then I don't know if I've met anybody outside of that. Have you? I mean, come on, Shamar Moore. I can't top that.
Mm, well, um,
Focus, Steph, focus.
sorry. Bringing it back.
Yeah.
Stars in the eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know, like some football players, like when I would take Dylan for like the meet and greets.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and
Yeah, I forgot about that.
we did the Panthers football experience
Hmm.
when Dylan was younger. So that was pretty cool.
Now we've seen other, like I took Jackson to the Panthers practice
Mhm.
and we got some signatures and stuff and like talked to him like that. But
Yeah.
as far as, yeah,
I don't really think I've like, but like I'm not like, even if I saw somebody out, I'm not the one to go up and
you're not the me. Now,
no.
if I did not, no, I was going to say if I didn't kind of already quote know him, I wouldn't, but that's a lie. I would. We actually saw, it's coming back to me now. We were leaving a Hornets game one time and saw Thomas Davis and he was getting in his car. And
Like
I pretty much did. I
laying
mean,
them down.
yeah. No, I didn't get out of the car, but I rolled down the window and I said, "Hey, TD," and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" Like he waved. And then there was somebody else that I saw. It was actually another basketball game, and it was the same type of tournament where we saw Julius Peppers, and it was another basketball player. And I said, "Do you have time for a picture?" And he was like, "Not right now." It's like, okay.
Yeah. I'm like so oblivious. And no matter where I'm at, like I
Yeah,
have my own little world.
I
And
usually am
I
too.
am not,
We've probably seen 1,000.
I would probably be a very easy target to like abduct because I do not notice my surroundings whatsoever.
Oh, we saw the baby
Uh-huh.
at a Hornets game. Um, I had Jackson and I think one of his friends, Peyton, I think was with, I don't remember who it was, but Jackson looked over there, he was like, "That's the baby." And I was like, "Duh, who?" You know, me and my old self. And he was just sitting in like a regular seat,
Uh-huh.
like not on court. And like, I think he'd probably purchased the whole section. And like, people were going up and talking to him the whole time. Well, we saw him leave and like his whole entourage left. I was like, "Let's go out and get a picture." And so, you know, it was the whole, like you see on TV with them walking with the people, like holding people back. But he was letting some people come in and like take selfies or some reels or whatever. Anyway, we strayed off of this book
Oh, we did.
a lot.
Well, I didn't really have much more to say.
Oh, yeah, same. Okay, so read the book if you want to, if you don't want to,
I
whatever.
the next book is I have like a 4 week wait. I'm like on the waiting list.
So let's pick another one because it's
Okay.
supposed to be Don't Look Back by Rebecca Barrow.
Okay, so our next book is going to be off of our reading list because we can't get the next couple of books because they're out on loan for like weeks and weeks and
Right,
weeks.
so I think people have seen our book list and just decided that we've got such good taste in books, they want to read them before us. So we've decided to do Mary Stone.
Uh-huh. Winter's Morn.
Yep. So this is a series by Mary Stone. So we'll do that. We'll do book one and see if we want to keep reading any of those.
Awesome. All right, cool.
Yep.
So we had very briefly touched on Mr. Timberlake's
We did.
questionable choices.
Behavior.
Yes. So I saw on, I believe it was Facebook, that there is a conspiracy going around right now that he wanted to get out of his tour because of how low the ticket sales were, and people like all like commenting on how low his ticket sales are,
Oh.
how there's not a big attendance at his shows, and he did this to get out of the world tour
Oh.
because he had like the $10,000 fine or whatever he had to pay.
Mm-hmm.
He, I guess, is gonna supposedly, possibly go get to a treatment center or something, and then he can cash in on the tour insurance.
Oh.
I don't know, but that
Surely
is a
not.
conspiracy that is going around right now.
Okay, I didn't know there was tour insurance,
I didn't know either,
but
but
that makes sense.
well,
Oh, JT being
slimy.
very
But you
slimy.
know what? It goes with his whole.
It
That
does.
doesn't surprise me with
With
JT.
everything that's coming out now.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of JT at the
No,
moment.
I've lost my fandom
Yes.
that I had for him.
And I believe that's probably, I mean, that's our generation, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I think we all stand by Britney after Britney's memoir.
Agreed. Agreed. I saw a video on TikTok, whatever, of the rookie cop that busted him, and he's like on a boat living his best life.
And he said he didn't know who he was. He didn't know who Justin Timberlake was.
Well, he's a
I
baby.
know, but so
Yeah.
they said that I guess Justin, like under his breath, was like, "Well, there goes the world tour" or something to that effect, and he was like, "What world tour?" He didn't. He's like, "Don't you know who I am?" And
That's
Steve
great.
was like, "No."
Do you not know who I am? I'm gonna use that line sometime. I'll let you know how it goes.
When you're at school,
Yeah, pretty
picking
much.
Jackson up.
Do you not know who I am? I took some screenshots of things to try to jog my memory. It's the anniversary of Michael Jackson's death,
Oh God.
but that's a great picture.
I just laughing because did you screenshot Jackson's text message?
No, I didn't mean to. I meant to just, and that's a terrible like crotch grab for me to have decided that that was it. I told you I was scrolling TMZ trying to like make, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. So I saw and I was like, this is so savage. So I told you that I really like watching the Florida police do
Yes,
their thing
yes.
when they do their little press
Their
releases,
their
whatever.
statements and
Yes.
stuff.
So this takes the cake.
Okay,
This is not Florida.
okay.
It was a former police chief, Cortez Bowers from Arkansas,
Mm-hmm.
no longer with the police,
Okay.
goes on a Facebook Live.
What did he say?
He released the list of names of all the snitches he could remember.
Why would you do that?
I was like, what? Savage, okay? Like, savage.
Right.
Like, dude. So, all those snitches are going to be coming after him. And then, if they're still alive, because,
Right.
snitches get stitches,
Right. And wind up in ditches.
Amen, sister.
I'm okay. I'm why?
It didn't say why. I guess he was I don't know. But when I saw that, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
That is crazy.
And then of course everybody shared it, and then like, the news got a hold of it, and
Uh-huh.
so this list of names went out everywhere.
Well, once it's out there, like it's gonna explode. Why would you? That's just a death threat, pretty much, for those people.
And him, I would assume him.
Him too.
Yeah.
Well, snitches usually, from my experience, snitches usually aren't very high on the food chain. Like they're the ones that like,
Yeah.
like can't keep themselves together.
Agreed, but
But they
when
still,
you're fighting for your life,
yeah, you do what you gotta do.
they don't have a whole lot to lose. They're like in it
I just
for.
don't know why he would do that.
So then, like, that also hinders police
Yeah,
investigations because if somebody's going to release the names, who's
right.
going to come forward?
Well, and true, and then all the past cases that might have involved them are probably going to be in question. The drama. Where was he? Arkansas?
Hmm.
Mm. Did you see, speaking of going viral, the lady on the plane who busted the dude flirting with
Oh,
another woman?
yes.
Oh my gosh. So, story for our listeners is there was a lady on a plane and she's got the camera flipped facing herself and she's like rubbing her eye and like trying to pretend like she's looking at herself. And she puts this video of these people and this whole rant on Facebook like if this is your husband, he's planning to meet up with Katie and said I don't know his name and oh FBI Facebook was all over it and they figured it out and
But I feel so bad for the wife,
I
right?
feel terrible for the wife.
Because after the internet did their thing and found they posted her pictures
Oh no,
and like the
see,
comments of her the kids' pictures.
no, that's
So
off limits.
that made me really sad. Like
Yes,
great investigative whatever skills,
right,
Facebook and TikTok, but I think that the family should have been left out of it. I mean, like they
right.
should
The
have
people not involved
blasted.
in that direct, right, yeah, especially the children, and the wife didn't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, and nobody was like making fun of her, but hey, I
No,
found the wife and like posted like
a link to
her
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 Facebook
Facebook
probably or
thing.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
So,
and I get it.
but like, did you see the video? And he was like lifting up his
Why
shirt
is his
and stuff.
shirt
I
up?
don't know, but like
Like,
showing
yeah,
his tattoo, I'm like, they are making it really easy for this wife to identify this
right,
dude
right,
showing his tattoos.
absolutely. And then he just like sat there with his shirt rolled up, and was like all over the place back there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear Katie. I think that was her name. I'd like to hear Katie's side of the story. So, Katie, if you're one of our 10 listeners,
Hmm.
give us a call.
Oh, you know why they did it to the kids? Because he was talking about his daughter opening up for like her dance team or something,
Oh,
opening up for somebody.
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, in those situations, I feel so bad for the spouse or significant others
right,
because like not only are you finding out, like the entire world
right.
found out at the
And
same time.
yeah, I mean, there's no way to, in that situation, there's no way to avoid getting
Uh-huh.
that spouse involved, but I hate it too.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
it too.
But
But,
he was I, I don't know why lifting up his shirt on the plane and doing all the things.
mm-hmm, him and Katie.
We had talked about that 7-year-old that
Yeah,
shot the
mm-hmm.
dude in
And
Texas.
yeah,
And again, my algorithm just is weird. But there was a shooting in 2023
mm-hmm.
by a 6-year-old in
Oh,
Virginia. A teacher brought the gun to school and shot the teacher. And
oh my gosh. So 6-year-old, kindergarten, first grade.
it was first grade.
Okay.
So it was January 26th. The teacher's name was Abby Zwerner. She had serious injuries, did not die.
Oh, good.
But the horrible part about this whole thing is, besides a
I
kid
was gonna
having
say
a
there's
gun,
more.
is that the administration had been told 4 times that this child had a gun or was telling other kids that they had a gun, and administration basically said it's almost the end of the day, just get through the day.
Oh
Like,
my
did
gosh.
not, this kid has known behavioral issues,
Mm,
has told off teachers, had attacked
mm,
students in kindergarten, strangled a teacher from behind, went behind a teacher and strangled her.
mm. Can we do some investigative work with this child and his living situation?
So the parents were supposed to be going to school and doing the observation, whatever
Mm-hmm.
thing. And that was the first day that they did not go, or that was the first week that they didn't go. The child was suspended the day before this happened because he took the teacher's phone and slammed it and broke the teacher's phone. Parents were like, well, he said it was an accident. Those kind of
Mm,
parents, I guess. But the mom did get convicted of a criminal possession of a weapon because she lied on her application for the gun of
okay.
drug use. Like, I guess she smoked marijuana or
Right.
she, whatever. I don't really know the situation, but she did lie on the application to get the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Told the police that the gun was in the closet, like on the top shelf in a locked box. The kid told the police he took it out of her purse.
Well, I really wouldn't put a lot of stock in the kids'
I
words
don't know.
either.
But how is he going to get into a locked box on the top of a closet?
I
So
don't
I
know.
tend to believe that the kid and that
Yeah, and
situation.
I don't mean to make it sound like the kid's a little liar,
Yeah,
but
well,
there's just a lot going on there.
so after he shot the teacher, right? Another teacher heard the shot came in, like, like I guess
Yeah,
strangled the kid.
sure.
And the kid said, and I did take a direct quote from this,
Okay. And do you remember what state this was in?
Virginia.
Okay.
After he shot the teacher, another teacher ran in to contain him, and he allegedly said, I did it. I shot the bee dead. I got my mom's gun last night.
Mm.
That was his statement after. Like, so it wasn't like oh, I didn't know it was going to go off. Like, his intentions was,
Were to
yeah,
hurt or kill her.
uh-huh. During recess that day, he had showed another child the gun and told that kid that if, I don't know if it was a boy or girl, if you tell, I'm going to shoot you. Kid did tell. Administration did nothing.
Mm.
That is frightening.
Yeah.
That is so scary. That at
Yeah.
6 years old,
Yeah.
the intention is to go into school and do that. Like, that scares the living daylights out of me.
I just don't understand. I feel like this is one of those episodes of Law and Order or something where it's just an imbalance in the child. Like,
Well,
I'm
they said,
sure the parents were probably enabling it, but
well, so the kid is on, I guess, medication. I mean,
mm-hmm,
had started like a medication protocol or
mm-hmm,
whatever, but just a history of like
yeah,
erratic, like off the wall
mm-hmm,
behavior. So it's horrible. I feel horrible for the kid. I wouldn't want it.
right,
But could you imagine if your child was in that class
mm-mm,
or your child had to go through a school year with that? Like, Dylan
yeah,
was so timid at that age.
oh yeah,
He was so timid. And kindergarten, I mean, if Dylan saw a teacher getting strangled, like, I don't know what he would, I
I
don't know.
know, yeah,
Like,
I'm
the
with you,
ramifications for the rest of the students that were in the
right.
room.
That is going to be. Luckily, I can't remember exactly what the age is where you kind of block things out, but
Yeah.
hopefully they will be able to kind of block that
Yeah.
because that is traumatizing.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Hmm.
And to go back to our original story that probably prompted your algorithm to pull this one, like there's no repercussions for, I mean, they're going to get them help. They're going to go to the doctors and figure, do that kind of thing. But as far as punishment for the child or
No, the mom got
the mom got in trouble.
she got 3.5 years in federal prison, but it was also included the charges for lying on the application for the
Mm-hmm.
gun and I think child endangerment or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I wonder if they have other children at home.
I'm not sure, but
Mm.
that is scary. So,
The whole thing is crazy. I started watching this show called Your Honor on Netflix.
is it good?
I don't know. I don't know. Um, it is very intriguing. I can't stop watching it.
So it's good.
Yeah, but it's like okay, so the very first episode, so about this, the main players are a teenage son and then and the dad is a judge,
Okay.
Your Honor. Well, the teenage son ends up hitting somebody with his car and they die. And the ties that the person that died within the community, like it's just, and then they try to pin the murder on somebody else. Yeah.
So all the corruption, like you see
All
all
the
the corruption.
corruption,
Yeah.
but it's very, I watch Grey's Anatomy and all these things, and usually, like, it looks so fake. Like, or I can maybe
Yeah.
say, oh, well, that's not real. When this boy got hit by the car, like, I was like, this is disgusting. Like, it was very graphic,
Hmm.
very graphic. It doesn't give me warm and fuzzy feelings, but I cannot stop watching this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I know. What's wrong with us?
Oh, there's so much.
There's just so much. We can't even list it. There's so much wrong with us.
I did book my trip
You
to
did?
the retreat with Nick, so that is in October. So I'm super excited
I
about it. I
know.
booked the Mike Wazowski room, the monsters.
Is it painted on the wall like Mike? That's pretty cute.
So, but you could do it as like a double booking or a single. So I'm
Yeah.
just doing it as a single. But I was like, well, I can get down with Sully and Mike.
Yeah, go for it.
Dylan was Mike Wazowski for Halloween one year,
Was
and he
he?
couldn't say Wazowski,
Right.
and like so somebody would be like, "Oh, what are you for Halloween?" And like the way he would say it was hysterical.
Adorable. I know. I know. The little girl in that Boo.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, she was so cute. I wanted a little girl that looked like her.
So the theory in Disney theories is that Boo is actually the girl from Incredibles, the sister, Violet.
Oh, I like that little theory.
Hmm.
I like that theory. That is crazy how they have all the Easter eggs hidden, and this character from this cartoon is in this movie or show, whatever.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
that was
So is that a couple days kind of thing, or is it like a half a
it's
week?
4 days. So yeah.
Did you travel down any other rabbit holes, or was that it? Because with your face when you told me you had a lot going on was just like,
I don't know how I got on this like little kid shooting this teacher, and I was like, this isn't real. Like this isn't real life.
yeah,
Like this shouldn't
it
happen.
shouldn't happen.
So that was just super. It was right before you got here. I bet it was like maybe like a half hour before you got here,
That must have been why you looked
and
like
I was
like
like,
it looked like fresh trauma.
yeah, yeah.
Did you see where Travis Kelce did something in Taylor's thing?
But did you see even better? His brother wore a Taylor Swift shirt to her concert.
No, I love him.
So do I.
I love him. Yeah. Well, you're an Eagle
Yeah,
person too.
Jason Kelsey,
Yeah.
100%. Like he is like down for the get down. He walked in there with his like sweat joggers on and a black Taylor Swift shirt.
Do you listen to their podcast?
Mhm. Oh, no, yes,
Some.
yes and no,
Yeah.
yeah, not
The
consistently.
the one after from this past football season where the Eagles were out of the playoffs and the Chiefs were still going, and Eagles went to, was it, did he go to the Super Bowl when he like jumped out of the box
Uh-huh.
and stuff? And then so he was talking about that on their podcast, and he said he told his wife, which she seems so cool. I want to be her friend.
Uh-huh.
She, can we get her on the pod? If anybody knows Kylie Kelsey, send her our way. But he apparently looked at her before the thing and was like, it's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Like it's happening. And she was like, no, he was like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Just love
When
him.
he got that El Chacho
Oh
mask
yeah.
through.
All of that. And then he had a shirt off
And she
and
was like, "You just found it on the ground and you put that on your face?" And he was like, "Yeah, where did you think I got it from?"
typical like college frat
Yeah.
boy kind of.
But he just seems like such a chill, down to earth.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't sure if he was gonna play another year.
Yeah, I was sad,
Yeah.
but I get it. But
Oh yeah, his body took a lot.
yeah, but he is
He's
hysterical.
oh yeah.
I love when they bring their mom on and they're like, "Who's your favorite?" And she's like, "Jason." Like no hesitation.
He's great. I love him. Is it just them two? They don't have any other brothers, do they?
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so either. They're
Yeah.
great.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Kylie, we'll talk to you soon.
Hit us up, girl.
Yep. You got us. Send me a DM.
All right. Well, on that note, do you want to do Am I the A-hole?
Yes. Okay. Am I the a-hole for sleeping naked on top of the covers to teach my flatmate's girlfriend a lesson? Okay, so they're
And I just
British.
say I love that you said how you said naked.
How'd I say it? Naked?
Naked.
Nikki. Okay. New to rip. And I feel like they're British, so do we need to read this in an accent?
Oh, I would love if you
Okay.
do. Because it's gonna be like Southern English.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Okay.
New to Reddit, please bear with. So, I, 21 guy, live with my childhood best friend, 22, also a guy, and have done so for 2 years. I need you to stop, Steph, and I can't break character. Okay, up until last week, things were perfect between us. However, he recently got a new girlfriend, 23, lady, and she honestly seems absolutely great, except for one thing. And actually, he used a semicolon. Do people really use a semicolon
I've
anymore?
never seen one.
Do you think that was a typo?
No, I think he's British. He probably
They
knows.
know how to use the proper punctuation. She seemingly has a complete aversion to knocking. She and I have quite a lot in common, and I actually like spending time with her. However, it bugs the HE double hockey sticks out of me when she just barges into my room without knocking first. Now, she's never walked in on me doing anything untoward. Semicolon. I'm usually just chilling on my bed or studying at my desk. However, on at least 7 separate occasions. Now she's done it first thing in the morning to ask if I want coffee. I sleep naked. Every time prior to the last one, I've been under the covers, but she hasn't seen anything. I always point out that she could have, and she just giggles and says, "But I didn't." When she stayed over last week, in order to make my point, I intentionally slept on top of the covers. Sure enough, she barges in at 7 a.m., begins to ask if I want coffee, and sees my you know what. She immediately backed out of the room and didn't speak to me for the rest of the day. My mate later pulled me aside and said I was bang out of order, accused me of deliberately exposing myself, and pointed out that I'd threatened to do it before. I literally said, okay, but what if I had no covers and you saw everything before? They're now framing this to others that I'm some sick creep who intentionally got necky and lay in wait of her because that's how I get my rocks off. And I'm kind of seeing how it came off that way. Am I the a-hole for doing this?
Wait, before we go any further,
Mm-hmm.
can we read what his name is?
Love to.
Billy Butt Pimples.
Billy Butt Pimples.
Billy Butt Pimples. So
Billy.
not only did he expose his you know what, he also has butt pimples.
Apparently, and he's proud of them.
Yes. So I just had to point that out.
So I hope not a lot got lost in the translation there with my lovely accent and your giggling. That was great, wasn't it?
I don't think he is because he warned her. He asked her on multiple occasions not to do it. And wait, did he say he doesn't have a lock on his door?
That's what I was just trying to remember. I don't see anything about a lock.
Yeah. So if he doesn't have a lock on his door, then well maybe he could have put one on there, but
Well, that sounds like if you're renting your flat, you can't. If you're renting your flat, you can't just flat. Oh my God. Well, if you're renting, you can't just go in and put a lock on.
well he could put like a chair, like wedge a chair
Yeah,
if you're
that's
like really
true.
worried about it.
Yeah. I'm just impressed with his commitment to sleep naked all night. Do you think he slept naked on top of the covers
I don't
all
know, I wouldn't be
night?
able to do that.
I have to have a cover.
I have to have a cover, but I can't have my feet covered.
Oh, really? Your
Yeah.
feet need to breathe?
Hmm.
Um, that is just like I would have set my alarm to wake up and be on top of the covers naked. That's premeditated, Nikki.
That would have been premeditated, but like, could you imagine if he was like getting up and it was all
Yep.
swaying?
Swaying. Well, some sway. What if it wasn't swaying?
Lord.
Would that be worse?
Well, we're gonna get too graphic.
Okay. So, I mean, I
This was a good one.
it is a really good one. So I do think that she shouldn't go in his room.
Agreed.
I don't know what else he could have done apart from barricading himself in the room, which seems
Unfair.
right. She's a 23-year-old woman. She should know.
And she's giggled about it. Like it's almost like she wanted to.
Right.
And
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. When I read that part, I was like, she's hoping to. He should just put a sign on his door that says, "Do not enter.
enter
No
at your
girls
own
allowed."
enter at your own risk.
At your own risk. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that the dude, his friend, should tell her not to do that.
Yeah.
Like it's, especially because that's their place. You should be able to be comfortable in your own space like
Uh-huh.
that. And it's not like she's a third roommate. She
Right.
is just a visitor.
Right.
I thought British people were really polite. Don't know why I had that impression.
No.
Well, because they are on Bridgerton.
Oh,
They're very polite. Okay, so I don't.
I don't think so. And I think that he warned her enough times that it was 7 times.
That baffled me a little that he had counted that.
7.
7. But my question is though, okay, so what now? She's already seen it. So we're just gonna leave the doors open? Let everything happen? Yeah, I was trying to stay away from the explicit.
That's not explicit.
No, no, that's not. Well, stop. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. My
He's
vote's no.
no, he's told her not to. I think what do you think the resolution should be? I think the friend should say something to her.
Agreed, but
Okay.
he has already yelled at dude.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I would just be like, well, she got warned 7 times. She obviously wanted to see it if
Mhm.
she kept coming.
I felt my eyes cut to you like.
And this is why they need to see the video.
It's great. It's great. Okay, so no.
Right.
Laughing at the title. All right, here we go. Why didn't they capitalize it? Okay, let's focus, Meredith.
They don't have proper
They do
grammar.
not. They probably don't even have a semicolon on their keyboard. Okay, am I the a-hole for giving all of my coworkers a different reason for why I have missing fingers? I have 3 fingers missing on my dominant hand. It's fine. I can type. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. I can type and everything and even manage to. That's why they didn't capitalize it. They couldn't do the shift. We got this. I can type and everything and even manage to tie my shoelaces most days. And on the days I can't, that's the dyspraxia. Are you punking me with this? Is this a legit one? What's that word? Dyspraxia?
That's what it looks like to me.
However, I won't deny it looks a bit odd to most people. I only have my 4th and 5th fingers, so my hand looks a bit like a child's drawing of a rabbit and not a good one. I'm used to people asking about it, usually after staring for a good minute or two, but I still find it annoying. I really don't get why you'd think it would be an okay thing to ask someone about, but hey, I wasn't raised in a barn. Usually I nip the question in the bud by just explaining the truth from the get-go and assuming that enough people will gossip about it that the message will spread by the end of the day. It always, always does. Anyway, I started a new job about a month ago, and honestly, I could not face going through that same cycle again. I felt like the time had come to not play into it anymore and just make something out of it, and I decided to make myself laugh. When the first new coworker asked about it, I completely lied and told her I'd chewed them off as a baby. Doing this to me today? Then I decided to tell the next person who asked that I cut them off with a plastic knife at a picnic, and the next person I was born with 6 fingers and they removed too many. That's so old. Oh, all genuinely ridiculous reasons, but I'm a good actor, and they actually believed my stupid lies. I didn't expect them to. A plastic knife through bone, but there you go. Maybe they just thought there's no way I'd lie about how I lost my digits. Within about 3 days, I learned that my coworkers had been arguing about the actual reason. It seems like a lot of them now actively dislike me for lying to them. I'm probably going to have to make some cupcakes with my.
But like a candy finger.
With the little rings on them. Okay.
All right.
Make cupcakes over the weekend with my super cool 3D printed adaptive whisk. Anyway, told this story to my brother and he told me I was an a-hole because I caused tension within the office on my first day and made people feel stupid for being gullible and believing my lies. My argument is that I'm not the a-hole because they were asking a rude, albeit common question, and because I didn't do it with the intention of deceiving them. I was just fed up of the question and didn't think I actually severed 3 fingers with dental floss when I was 3. I'll accept my judgment though.
Wait, hold on. So he actually severed 3 fingers with dental floss when he was 3. That's how he actually did it.
No, he was saying, I don't think we ever found out why.
I assumed that that was how he really lost it.
I thought he was just given another crazy thing like the plastic knife. What's the update say down there?
Update. Gonna check out here. I think getting real tired of explaining why it's not cool to ask people why they lost limbs or digits just because they want to sate your morbid curiosity. A few reminders for people. I'm not a male. Don't know why everyone assumed that. I did too. I don't know why I assumed that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, not a male. Don't ask people about something that could be traumatic, especially when you don't actually know them. And when making cupcakes, always cream the butter. But dude, could you imagine bringing cupcakes in and having a fake finger in each, like in the middle, in the center of the
That would be
cupcake?
terrible.
Oh my God, it'd be
Amazing.
perfect.
Chef's kiss.
Yes.
Um, okay, so sorry for being insensitive and giggling through that. You're not even sorry, are you? I don't think that, okay, so I've always recently, when I've seen people with disabilities or whatever, they always say to ask, not just stare, but ask and have a conversation. Now I feel like I can't ask. Not that I've ever gone up to somebody and saying, so, why are you missing a head?
I could, okay, so I could see, especially if it's person after person after person about
Sure.
you, like, and I kind of think that that is pretty funny of what they
Oh,
did.
yeah.
And and the fact that people believe that you could saw your finger off with a plastic
I, yeah, I thought the approach was great. Like trying to,
make light of it.
right, and to give them things that really you should not believe that they're really a plastic knife. I can't even get that to cut chicken sometimes. But I mean, I feel like that was a good how to defer that.
Uh-huh.
Like, don't ask. I'm gonna make a joke out of it. I don't think they're an a-hole. I don't.
I don't think so either.
I think people can, and it probably depends on how they ask too. Hey, so I'm Tom. Welcome to the office. Where's your digits? Where's your fingers? Um, yeah.
I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
I don't think he's the a-hole. I think it's I've got nothing.
Yeah, I don't think so. And honestly, as if they're just, I think it's human nature to be curious. So I don't think they're really a-holes for asking, as long as they're not asking in an a-holy way.
Yeah. I don't think that I would go up to somebody though
Oh
and ask
no,
like
I wouldn't
I
either.
wouldn't feel comfortable doing that.
No.
And that's I don't know, my own like weird whatevers, but
Right.
I don't think I could go up to somebody
I
and
know. I wouldn't ever random stranger walking in the park be like, "Hey,
or
so
like even a new employee, I would never.
no, I
I'd
wouldn't
wait
either."
until like we went out for office drinks and like get a little liquid courage.
And then just start the conversation around. Yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah.
liquid courage, have you seen any of that stuff about kava? It's
No.
like a just like a herbal something or other. It's like a ground up, dried out root
Okay.
of this plant, and it's because I don't really drink anymore. So it's supposed to just be like you mix it into whatever juice, whatever you have, and it doesn't give you like alcohol effects, but it gives you like that like chill, mellow, like
Oh,
socializing. Like if
really?
you have like social anxiety or like you're
How am I
not
spelling that?
K.
K.
I ordered some,
Okay.
so we can try it
We should. Where'd you
on
get?
our
Oh,
after
yeah.
dark on TikTok.
And let's just plan on doing that.
Yeah.
Not maybe the week I get back.
We can do a birthday party after this.
Totally.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening and bearing with us through those Am I the A-holes because
Thank
we
you.
laughed through the entire thing. Hopefully, I can edit it to make it sound okay.
I hope so. I hope so. You
Uh,
can.
yes.
You can do it.
Yes. We really appreciate you guys listening. Please ask your friends to listen, share, like all the things on all the platforms.
Yep. That's it.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.